All right, here we are at our 2004 Crownline 270CR. This is a cabin cruiser for sale. We're here today on the beautiful freshwaters of North Lake, Tennessee. However, I should point out that this slip is not transferable, but there is a triple axle trailer that's included with this one. We'll have some photos of the trailer at our website. Trailer has brakes on all three axles. It's basically the trailer that came with the boat. It's going to be a steel painted prestige trailer, and I believe it even has some of the Crownline lettering or logos on there as well. That trailer has, I believe, just about all the tires are 2014 tires, but there may have been one 2013 tire. So if you're local to the area, you're just wanting to maybe get this from one side of the lake to the other, or maybe take it down to Knoxville, you're probably going to be fine on that trailer. But if you're going to be towing it up and down the interstate at all, then feel free to reach out to us. We can discuss a plan to get the trailer tires changed for you before you leave the area with it. Now, this is a one-owner boat with 488 engine hours on a 5.7 GXI. That's going to be the big block V8 fuel injected Volvo Penta with the DuoProp Outdrive and an onboard generator, air conditioning, and with the reverse cycle heat, and a trailer. So this is going to be a trailable cruiser with a generator and air conditioning going up for sale. This has always been a freshwater boat. It's a freshwater one-owner boat with 488 engine hours. About 130 hours on the generator. It's a 7.3 kW Kohler generator. We're going to get to all of that here in time. We're here, as usual, for our video walkthrough tour. This one is a very well-equipped boat that is in great condition. Up here at our bow, this is going to be a windlass anchor, remote spotlight. We've function tested everything on here. Everything operates just as it should. This little bag right here, actually, this is our, we've got a camper canvas Issenglass enclosure for this one. And it might be difficult for me to try to show you this with one hand, but let me see if I can't pull a piece of this out. This is in great shape as well. Yeah, here's a piece right here. Just to give you an idea of the condition of our Issenglass. I'll lay that out right here. That's going to be the full enclosure. Now, I should point out we've got some snaps up here on the bow, and there is no bow cushion for up here on the bow. I believe that's about the only feature this boat might not have. We've got dual 30 amp shore power hookups right here on the port side where we are right now. And we're actually, in this slip, there's no 30 amp power available, so they're actually pigtailing into that right there, and there's just an adapter on there. Got some large pull-out cleats. We're going to have 6 of those pull-out stainless steel cleats. We've got a double Bimini top. And it's worth noting that when that Issenglass canvas enclosure is installed, it's going to be going from the back of this Bimini top, going straight down to where we've got these little hooks right here, right there in line with that rub rail and that ski tow bar. Also got that extended swim platform. That's going to be a 4-step swim boarding ladder. Ski tow hook right back here on the platform. That's what this one right here is for. And we've got a nice large reversible lounge seat that's going to double as your engine hatch cover. Got a flagpole in place right there. There's going to be a full cockpit cover with this one as well. So, and again, as usual, full list of specifications, features, options, current asking price, and all that good stuff is going to be over at our website, which is at www.yournewboat.com. But for your convenience, down in the video description of this one, there will be a direct link to the listing page for this one. Again, this is 2004 Crownline 270 cabin cruiser. It's going to be about 26 feet 8-inch LOA and an 8.5-foot beam. 7,600 pounds dry weight. So if you are looking into towing this one, make sure you have adequate vehicle. That's going to be, now the dry weight is this boat without any fuel, gear, or equipment on board. And now you've also got to consider the weight of that triple axle trailer as well. So you're going to need to be rated probably over 10,000 pounds to be able to tow this one safely. But again, check with your truck manufacturer as far as tow capacity go. We do have a drive trim switch here on the platform. This is basically a service drive trim. This is so you can trim that drive up and down without having to climb up into the cockpit and do it at the throttle. So if you're doing any servicing, or if you've got it on the trailer, you need to trim that down for storage or trim it up before you take off. We also got a stereo remote right here. It's going to be a Clarion stereo remote. More on our stereo here when we get to it. Nice little walk-through transom door right here. Okay, come right in through there. Turn around, go ahead and close it behind us. Sorry for the squeak in there. That drop in place? Okay, it did. And then we're going to have a little pull-out handheld freshwater shower right here. It's going to be hot and cold water right there. And we've got I believe a 25-gallon freshwater tank, 25-gallon waste holding tank, about 85 gallons of fuel storage while we're on the subject. It's going to be a dockside water hookup right here. This is going to allow you to plug dock water, just a regular hose, into right here, and it's going to plumb the boat, and it's going to bypass your freshwater tank. So when you are here at the slip, you'll be able to connect into that without having to run your freshwater pump for your onboard water. Sony stereo right there. That's one of 6 speakers and 4 right here in the cockpit. Excuse me. 4 of those speakers can be right here in the cockpit. 2 in the cabin. Across from there, we got a couple cup holders, another Sony stereo speaker, and then this is going to be your battery switch. We got a dual batteries, a battery selector switch right there. This is going to be a breaker for that windlass anchor up on the bow. And actually, before I show you how the seat can be configured in different positions, I want to be sure to reach down here and unhook this latch right here and show you this clever little storage trunk on the transom of this boat. So if you're here on the swim platform, we're going to have a cockpit table, that table pedestal. We got a few fenders and some 30-amp shore power plugs there as well. There's your throwable flotation device, some dock line, and some orange vest. They're all going to be included with this one. All right, now I showed you that. I'm going to show you. So we're kind of in that rear-facing lounge position right now with this cockpit chair, and then this will go. It's going to be in your forward-facing position right here. Okay, and then this also is going to lay down all the way. I'm going to pull. This is basically a little block that they had fabricated for this boat. You see a little Velcro there? It's going to be one of those for each side for whenever you're using that rear lounge position. It's going to hold that more firmly on both sides. So they basically just improved upon that original factory design. So now that is in the full lounge position. I'll show you what kind of setup you've got here. So see, that basically is going to lead right into that little companion seat behind that driver's seat. So that's going to give you a nice large sun lounge back here for any of those sun lovers out there. So this dual Bimini top, obviously you don't have to have your Biminis deployed. You can have either the forward Bimini deployed, that's going to put your driver in some shade, or you can have your forward and your rear Bimini deployed. Now typically this rear Bimini is going to zip into this front one. So in order to use the back Bimini, you're also going to have the front Bimini deployed. And then, of course, if you want to utilize your camper canvas Issenglass enclosures, you're gonna need both of those Biminis fully deployed. So, all right, I'm gonna put that little chalk, that little catch back there that they had fabricated. Put that away. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this on up and go into that forward facing position right there. Now that cockpit table is going to mount right there. Got snap-in cockpit carpeting. This is newer cockpit carpeting. That's not 2004 vintage. And then our cockpit cover I've got stored right in here underneath that little companion seat. Now over here on the port side, notice we've got a small little countertop here. That is for a cockpit sink. And then just below that sink, we've got a small little igloo cooler. That's going to be some dedicated igloo cooler storage. Put that away in there. I believe that's about a 36-quart igloo cooler. And we'll go ahead and close that up. Go drop that down. I'm going to put our cover back in place. Okay. Nice large companion lounge seat right there with a pair of cup holders. 3 cup holders over here near the where your cockpit table can go. Now when that cockpit table is in place, it's going to be 4 more cup holders right there. But without the cockpit table, I believe we've got 7 cup holders here in our cockpit. That's including those 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 up here. Now our driver's helm. We got tilt steering here, driver's helm. Also got a wider captain seat. So this is going to give you the ability to have a companion up here at your helm station here with you. And then we've got the flip-up bolster seat right here. Love those flip-up bolster seats. As you can probably see that other speaker down there. We did verify the speaker operations here. All 4 of our cockpit speakers all here functioned as they should. And we've got a large kicker subwoofer right there just below your driver's seat as well. Now up here at our driver's helm, just reference that tilt steering wheel. We've got a VHF ship-to-shore radio right here. It's channel 16.
Channel 60. Light winds.
There's your NOAA weather band on that as well. Another stereo remote right here, so you're going to have a transom or swim platform transom, both kind of mean the same thing. We'll use those interchangeably, as well as a driver stereo remote. This is going to be for a, now I'll show you the head unit here on this here in just a few moments. It's going to be a Sony AM, FM, satellite ready, USB, auxiliary input stereo. I believe I got all those. 12-volt power outlet right here as well. And a small little tray right here where you can have a device plugged in getting charged. Functional blower and bilge. Oh, you know what? I think I missed that cup holder when I was doing my cup holder count. So let's change that to 8 cup holders here in the cockpit. Throw in that cockpit table. It's going to give you 12. All right, your engine instrumentation here. We've got your engine temperature gauge, your engine oil pressure gauge, your speedometer gauge, your fuel gauge, a low RANS depth finder. It's going to be your tachometer with a integrated digital hour meter, battery voltmeter, drive trim gauge. We do have a C-Fire automatic halon fire suppression system. That's going to be your indicator light right there. When you turn your key on, that's going to light up, let you know that system is charged and ready to go. We've also got Lenco trim tabs with an indicator. Don't always have this indicator. Sometimes people will mistake this drive trim for your tab trim indicator. Let me show you how nice this trim indicator is. So I'm going to turn that on. Now, as this tachometer powers up, you can see the engine hours are reading 51.1 engine hours. That tachometer was actually replaced when the boat had 436 engine hours on it. So if we add that 52 engine hours to the 436, we're going to get about 488 total hours. Also got a Ritchie compass up overhead. It might be a little bit of gunk on that transducer there. Either that or it's catching some hardware from the slip kind of underneath where that depth finder is looking. So this trim indicator, as you move that, see how this arrow is going to, or that light's going to move right there and let you know where that trim tab is. You're going to have that for both port and starboard sides. Over here, there's your starboard side. And then you go back up with it. Back up with it over here on this side. Oh, there it goes. So this is not like your drive trim, okay? Not to be confused. This is basically just to level the rod out. And you don't want to adjust these until you're running straight. When you're running straight, you can basically compensate for any load differences. If you got more weight on one side of the boat versus the other, you're going to be able to basically give yourself a nice level ride without having to shuffle people around. Do have a functional horn. And then, of course, I've got our panel lights, engine lights, and some courtesy lights turned on. We did function test all of our navigation lights. Our navigation light and anchor light all worked just fine. Our windshield wiper worked correctly as well. And this could be a powered engine hatch. And this is going to be the switch to run our windlass anchor from right here at the cockpit. We're also going to have some foot pedal controls for that windlass anchor. Actually, I think I've got the breaker turned off for it, but let me go ahead and step up here. Bow hatch right here. We did function test that remote spotlight. It works just like it should. So here's that windlass anchor. And then, yeah, we've got that little safety catch on there. Here's your foot pedestal controls for that windlass anchor. One for up, one for down. And I don't know if you noticed, but that cabin door is going to double as a walkthrough to get up to the bow area here. Okay. Did I cover everything here at the dash? Yeah. So let's go ahead and go down to the cabin. When we come back up, we'll raise that engine hatch. So I'm going to step down into our cabin here. As I do, I'm going to kind of turn and go ahead and show you our small little galley over here. And then we've got a power panel down here as well. Actually, let's start with the power panel. So this is going to be a remote start switch for your generator. Turn the blower on here as well. It's going to be your Pro Mariner battery monitor gauge right here, indicator. We've got a USB and auxiliary input for the stereo right there. We've got another another auxiliary input for your stereo right here. And of course, we can power this on. Actually, it's on a 12-volt switch. So we've got your tuner, AM, FM, and where's our source button? This could be your satellite, CD, USB, and then your two auxiliary inputs. Like I said, you can control this stereo from both your driver's helm and that swim platform. This is going to be your transfer switches to go from generator power to shore power. Running off shore power, if you remember, there was just only one power cable plugged in, so we're on shore power 1. You're going to have the option to do a second shore power. And then this is also where you can transfer over to your generator power. Notice you can't flip up your generator power without first turning your shore power off. So they basically try to make these dummy proof. Okay, it's for your safety. And then here's your this is your 120 volt, your AC power. So this is either generator or shore power panel right here. Got your battery charger, your water heater, refrigerator, stove, outlets, microwave, and air conditioning. Air conditioning is on the shore power 2. And I should point out the refrigerator. This is going to be a 12 volt or 120 refrigerator, AC or DC. Now we'll say the AC side of this refrigerator has quit working, but the DC side works just fine. So as long as if you're going to slip somewhere where you're going to be plugged into power, you're going to be just fine with that running that fridge on DC power. So here's your 12 volt switches right here. Of course, there's your main one right here. It's going to be your refrigerator, freshwater pump, cabin lights, courtesy lights, indirect lights. I've got those all on right now. Of course, you saw me flip that accessory switch for our stereo. And then you've got a 12-volt receptacle right here that just happened to have this 12-volt fan plugged into it. So as soon as I flipped that turned on. Small little storage cabinet right here. And let me step back here. So let's show you it's going to be our kind of our little built-in microwave. It's going to run off of shore power or generator power. Small little cooktop or range, smooth top range. Again, this is shore power or generator power. And there's our little kitchen sink. Got some storage right in here. So Keurig is going to be included with this one. Basically, everything you see in here right now will be transferring. Got your owner bag, owner manuals, and things like that right there. And then here is this. Give us some more room here. So here is that Tundra AC/DC refrigerator with a small little freezer compartment right here. And we've got a nice little storage cabinet just to the right of that. Got some pots and pans and some cooking utensils. And then that is going to be a 600-watt Sony stereo amplifier right there. Now we've even got a small little cutting board. It's going to fill in that sink right there. So you notice, there's not a whole lot of counter space on these trailerable cabin cruisers, but that right there is going to give you some more counter space when you need it. Okay. And just to the rear of the boat or to the aft of the boat from where we were standing and facing our galley over here, it's going to be a small little integrated waste bin. And then, of course, I'm sure this has probably already caught your eye. This is going to be our mid-cabin stateroom right back here. Okay, so we've got some lights. We do have a little privacy curtain you're going to be able to slide out. And this is going to be about the size of a double bed. It's going to be about 4 feet, I think maybe about 4 feet 2 inches wide, and about, I believe it's about 6 feet long. So it's about the size of a full-size bed. You've got some breakers back there in that corner, and then right over here, you see that's a air return for your onboard heat and air unit. That's going to be a Kohler 7,000 BTU reverse cycle air conditioning unit with heat. And then we've got a small little port window right here. You're going to be able to, of course, you're going to be able to pull that curtain over and close that hatch. But you're also, you notice we've got a screen in there as well. So you can also open that little port window up for some better air circulation. Carbon monoxide detectors mounted in here. I should point out that needs to be mounted down lower to the floor there. That needs to be at your pillow height whenever you are sleeping to properly protect you from carbon monoxide. And then here's our v-berth up here. Now I've got our filler cushion. I've got our filler cushions in place right now. But this is also going to make a dinette. It's going to convert to a dinette. So we call this a convertible dinette v-berth. We will have photographs of basically this area without the filler cushions in place, and then also with the little dining table in place as well. That's going to be over our website. Again, that's yournewboat.com, and for your convenience, there will be a direct link down in the video description. You'll be able to get right to the listing page for this one. Got a nice large port window overhead and 2 windows to your port and starboard sides, again to bring in some additional ventilation. And also over here to the port side, we've got a small, it's about a 22-inch flat screen television with a built-in DVD player. Now, there is a small little, about a 300-watt inverter that they have used for the television. So you do have the option of using this either on shore power or generator power, or also utilizing that inverter and that 12-volt outlet to power that television right there. We've got some storage underneath the 3 seats. Of course, not the center one right here. This is where that table is. There's the other side of that table, and of course that's some bedding right there for, of course, well, either your v-berth or that mid cabin. Now I should say this. You can see that this is kind of gets a little bit more narrow as you get to the bow of the boat. Back here, this is going to give you almost queen width back here. So as far as boat v-berth sizes go, most people are going to consider this a queen berth. It is going to be about queen width up here, closest to where we're standing right now. It's going to be about 6 feet in length. Headroom down here in this cabin is going to be about 6 feet 3 inches. And when you step into our head compartment, you're going to lose a little bit of that height. That's a little bit higher, or a little bit raised up off the ground. It's going to be about 5 feet 6 inch headroom in our actual head. So some people will call this a wet head. See that drain in the floor over there? Then we've got a curtain kind of behind the door right here. So this head compartment is also going to be your shower. Right here is your shower nozzle, whenever you do want to use this as a shower, and otherwise it's going to be your faucet for your sink right here. It's a little toilet tissue holder right here. That's to keep your tissue in the dry when you are using this as a shower. So again, it's typical for a 27-foot cabin cruiser to have about this size of a head, and again, this does double as a shower. That's why it's sometimes referred to as a wet head. Got some exhaust or fan in here as well, and of course you've also got that port window and screen, little storage shelf right there as well. Mirror right over here as well. Now this is a Jabsco. This is a manual head. Okay, now in nautical terms, a head is your toilet, obviously. And that's what this handle's for right here. You've got a valve right here where you can switch back and forth. When this is switched over to the left of where we're at right now, switched right here, that's going to bring water into the bowl. That's bringing the lake water in. You move that over this way, and now that's taking your water or your waste or your liquid out of the head and sending it to the waste holding tank. 25-gallon aluminum waste holding tank on this one, and 25-gallon aluminum freshwater tank, and 85-gallon fuel tank capacities. So I love this little port window right here just above our kind of galley area, right here behind this fan, and I'm sure this actually works great with this fan right here, because it's going to pull that outside air in here when you need it, and also it's nice having that right there near our cooktop right here. So if you are doing some cooking in here, you might flip that fan the other way, have your little built-in exhaust fan there as well. So, all right, try to give you one more look up front. We're trying to give you the full 360-degree tour. Again, this is a one-owner freshwater boat with a trailer, generator, heat and air conditioning. Oh, speaking of heat and air conditioning, right around the corner right here, we've got another hanging closet. Those shelves do come out. You've actually got a little hook right there where that can hang. They've obviously just added these shelves to make it more suitable for their needs. And this is going to be the unit, or the panel for that Polar Bay 7,000 BTU. It's basically a geothermal marine air system that is going to use your lake water, make either hot or cold air, and they work great. They're compact, and that's a great option. A little bit of trim around that subwoofer is kind of coming off on that paint right there. And then let's go ahead and raise our engine hatch. Now we're done down below. Hold that switch right there and see that powered engine hatch raising right up. We'll give that a minute. It's a good time to remind you, if you do want to schedule a viewing of this one, submit an offer, or ask any questions, please, again, reach out to us through the website. We do not monitor the YouTube comment page. So if you do have any questions, all you got to do is go over to our website. And again, the direct link for this listing is in that video description. That's there for your convenience. If you are watching this on a device that does not allow you to view that video description, all you got to do is go to open up any web browser, type in yournewboat.com, click enter. You'll see some orange lettering on there, let you know that you're at the right place. Look for the Find Your New Boat button in the top left-hand corner. And when you click that, it's going to show you all of our inventory and order price. So that's where you're just going to scroll down until you get to the 2004 Crownline 270CR. Now, this is at Volvo Penta 5.7 GXI. That I in the GXI stands for fuel injection. The G stands for gas. So this is going to be a 5.7 liter gas-powered, fuel-injected V8. Again, this is the big block engine. I believe this one's rated at 320 horsepower. And we've got that DuoProp Outdrive. DuoProp is really a great option. This is a real good power package on this boat. You get your responsiveness with that DuoProp is almost like having another engine down there. It's like having another prop down there, because that's exactly what it is. It's two props are counter rotating. It's going to give you a lot more thrust, and it's going to give you some good response time. So yeah, again, so 300 about 320 horsepower and 488 engine hours. Outdrive was serviced, and we'll have the dates in the specs over the website. I believe it was either 2019 or 2020. Outdrive got a new gimbal bearing, new U-joint, and all new bellows. And otherwise, it's been serviced annually. Fluids and filters are changed annually. New batteries were installed in 2021. These are interstate batteries. This is that waste holding tank, again, 20, well, big calling it 25-gallon capacity. It's actually 26-gallon capacity. So this is probably the starting battery for our generator right here. It's going to be a 24 Marine Start battery. And then over here, just to the starboard side of our Volvo Penta is going to be your other two batteries. This Group 27 battery is going to be your house battery. And this other Marine Start 24 battery is going to be a start battery for your engine. Onboard battery charger right there, that fly back. 10.3, that's going to be it's going to be a 3-bank 10 amp battery charger. Should be what that's for. And here's that Kohler. Again, this is 7.3 kW Kohler. This is a gas generator. 129.3 hours on this Kohler generator. Again, we're going to round that up, call it 130 hours of runtime. This is going to be a 6-gallon onboard electric water heater. And that should be our 25-gallon aluminum freshwater tank right there. Water pump just below. And let's see. 2 bilge pumps down there, both on a automatic float switch. See just a little bit of water down there. That's basically the lowest that those bilge pumps will take the water out. If you want to get it all out of there, you got to get down there with a shop vac or a towel, and actually physically get the last little bit of that water out. And before we climb out of here, let me go ahead and keep turning. This is going to be that Halon fire suppression unit right there. And of course, there's our little engine room light. So it's going to be, again, that's a C-Fire automatic fire suppression. Climb on out of here. So again, this is the fuel injected big block V8, rated at 320 horsepower, and again, 488 total engine hours. really all the right equipment on this one. If you want to do some traveling, you're going to have the ability to do so with that big triaxle trailer. We'll have some photos again of that Prestige triaxle trailer at our website. And you're really not going to have to sacrifice anything whenever you go out for this one, whether it's for a weekend, an overnight, or longer, because you're going to have that onboard generator with you. You've got heat and air conditioning with you. Windlass anchor, extended swim platform, fuel injected V8 engine, remote spotlight, camper canvas enclosure. I mean, this one really does have kind of all the options that you're looking for in a boat this size. This one is yacht certified. What that means is you don't have a capacity plate right here. The yacht, now there is a formula for your yacht certification where you multiply the beam by the length and divide it by the appropriate number. And this one comes in at about a 15-person capacity. But it's also going to go by weight as well. And with the yacht certification, you have a little bit of leeway on how many people you can have on board. But with yacht certification, you're going to be rated up to 15. But you also got to keep in mind how much gear and all the other stuff you have on board. So that's going to start to wrap things up. Now, typically, this is the point where we will start showing you any wear and tear that we've noticed. On this one, this is the only mark in the upholstery we've seen. They've even used some glue on there and basically fix that so that little tear right there is not going to get any larger. And bear with me here one moment. I'll show you the other wear items on here. It will not take long. For the age of this boat, this is in really great condition. See if I can find it here. We had 2 little chips in the gel coat. Yep. So this is going to be one of them right here. That's it. Two little marks right there, and then there's another one right there. That's all we have noticed on this one. Now, eventually, this one will get pulled out of the water. It's going to be put on the trailer. They are selling to replace this. They're actually, I think, going with a tri-tune for their next boat. So that's why they are selling this one. And once this does make it to the trailer, we'll grab a few shots of it out of the water so that you can see the trailer packaged with it as well. But again, over at the video or at the photo slideshow tour, we'll also have a few shots of just the trailer as it sits right now. Again, 2013, 2014 tires. It is a triple axle trailer, so you got 6 tires. There is a spare tire mount as well. But yes, this whole package is going to be available. Again, feel free to reach out to us with any questions. There's a schedule of viewing this one, submit an offer, anything like that. And again, there's no bottom paint on this one. This one basically is only in the water for about 3 months out of the year every summer. And so that's why they've been able to continue to go this long. And also you can see from the engine hours and the condition, very little use on this one. It has been used very lightly and very carefully. So as we do start to sign off, you're going to have 2 things coming up over top of your screen. One is going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, that's a great way to get notified anytime a new listing comes available. And then the other link is going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist. So if you're curious about other listings that we have but don't want to make it over there to our website, you want to go to that current listings playlist, and that's going to come up over your screen as we sign off as well. Although I don't think I showed you our Outdrive. Let me see if I can't reach down here near the water line. We've got some beautifully clear water here, and I believe you can see that Outdrive and DuoProp. One of those trim tabs right there gives you a pretty good look at that. You almost see that stainless steel prop. So, all right. So that'll do it there. Again, so those things coming up over top of your screen. One's going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Again, we're happy to welcome you as a subscriber. And the other one's going to be that shortcut to our current listings playlist. Thank you again for joining us. Again, this is the 2004 Crownline 270 cabin cruiser for sale with a triple axle trailer, with brakes on every axles, generator, heat and air conditioning, windlass anchor, camper canvas Issenglass enclosure. List goes on and on. This one is just very well equipped and in great condition. I'm excited to have this one offered up for sale. And I thank you again for joining us. Again, please reach out to us through our website with any questions.